There's nothing more natural than walking with your dogs in nature. Unless, of course, you're doing it in California where there's bears and mountain lions and wildfires. I suppose that's just as natural. Running for your life from a mountain lion, a bear, or a fire pressing down on top of you. I'm just kidding. Let me start over. There's nothing more relaxing than taking your dogs on a nature walk. Me and my dogs love to be around nature, especially nature next to water, because it always makes all of us want to go to the bathroom. I think it's just as relaxing for them as it is for me. I don't want to use words like zen or spiritual. I don't want to compare the experience to a Native American zen-like spiritual experience. It is pretty darn relaxing. I enjoy seeing other people walking and relaxing, talking back and forth, and just looking at nature. And then they see my dogs and get all rigid and quietly walk past me, hoping that the dogs don't attack them. They wouldn't attack them unless they ran towards me screaming like a maniac. Or if I run towards them screaming like a maniac.
Come here. Some water?
As you can see, my dogs only drink bottled water.
Hey, water?
Spoiled bastards. Dogs give you a companionship I don't think you can get anywhere else. And all they ask from you is if you feed them, give them treats, bathe them, take them to the doctor, clip their toenails, brush them down frequently, vacuum up all the hair that's on the floor, your bed, your clothes, and sometimes in your mouth. And even if you didn't do all that, they would still love you. I think. Because I've never not done that. Unlike your children, you could do all that, and it's hit and miss whether they love you. My puppy Sarge lays next to me at night and plays with his toys until he rolls over and falls asleep in my arms. Aiden's always close to me too. I have a king-size bed and I'm always on the edge of it. I was thinking about getting a California king, but you gotta worry about the forest fires, the bears, and the mountain lions. If you've made it this far without falling asleep, I'll continue. Adding a rippling stream next to the trees and your dogs in nature will make you fall asleep even faster. Are you there yet? My dogs have been on a lot of adventures like this. We've been fossil hunting in Peace River, been to the beach, been to the woods, Rocky Mountains, the mountains up in Georgia. We've been all over the place. And Aiden, he loves nature. He just hates the drive there. I think he gets car sick.
Come on. Go this way.
This tandem leash system I have works great. Keeps the puppy in line, keeps him from running off, and it teaches him how to walk a straight line with Aiden. Although it might not look that way to you, you should see him without it on. You just can't let him get behind you, or they will clothesline you. Those people you hear yelling in the background, they're teaching their little child how to swim. Like I'm going to do today after this walk with Sarge. You know, I wasn't always a dog person. In fact, I didn't get a dog until I was in my 40s because I felt like I didn't have enough empathy. And I got Emma. She was the sweetest dog you could get. She liked everybody but German Shepherds. She thought they were too aggressive, so she'd toss their ball in the pool, they'd jump in and get it, and she wouldn't let them out. I'd hear them whining and have to run out there. Emma, she was an Australian Shepherd. I love Australian Shepherds. The only problem is they shed too much. I mean, a lot. About what you think a dog could shed. Double that, double it again, and then triple that. And that's how much hair Emma shed all the time. My daughter had tried to give her a trim, but she would just butcher the poor dog. I took Emma to the vet, and her hair was all chopped up. And the doctor said, "Oh, did you try to trim her yourself?" I said, "My daughter did." And they said, "Oh, that's cute. How old's your daughter?" I said, 28. From the looks on their faces, I don't think they thought it was cute anymore. I think the worst thing about owning a dog is when you know that breed's expiration date. Like Aiden, he's 11. They don't usually live past 12.
Come on. Come on.
So I'm always wondering when it's going to be his time.
Stop it.
Always looking at that calendar. Although I should say, some German Shepherds live to 16. Aiden might be one of them. He's healthy, he swims. Even at 11, he swims pretty well. His diet's good, and he only gets bottled water. And we never take nature walks in California. I'm just kidding. If you live in California, I'm just teasing. I think one of the worst places you can live is in Florida, where I live. But you don't have to worry about the bears or the alligators or the Florida panthers because they're worried that the people will eat them. That's right, I said it, you Florida people.
Go.
Let me get back to what we were talking about, nature and dogs. If you don't have a dog, I advise getting one. You can't have a better best friend. But you already know that. That's why you're watching this.
Come on, sorry. Come on, sorry. Come on. Come on, Aiden.
Like most people, I've had two grandfathers. One loved dogs, the other hated them. The one that loved dogs, every time his would die, he'd get a new one and name it Jack. So all his dogs were named Jack. And he lived almost 90 years old. So that's a lot of Jacks.
Breath. Come on, let's go back. Come on. Come on.
The only reason we're walking this long today is because it just rained and the weather's cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep him out so long. Right now, we're standing here, waiting for a group of people to pass. Like people, dogs have their own personalities, senses of humor, and moods.
Come on, let's go. Let's go back home.
They can be happy and sad. They can love and hate. They have a sense of humor. And in their own way, they seem to have a laugh. They'll even play jokes on you.
Come here. Come here. Come.
This
Come.
puppy Sarge,
Good boy.
he loves to take my keys and hide them in his toy box. He puts them in the same place every time. And when I find him, he jumps up in the air and he's so excited and he thinks it's so funny.
Puppy, come here. You got this twisted around the baby makers. There you go.
Puppy getting tangled is my fault. This is the first time on this walk. You can always tell people that don't like dogs, because when you bring up your dog, they have a scowl over their face. It makes me want to punch their face. I would guess that serial killers don't like dogs. And child molesters. Now, if you're a serial killer and a child molester, and I'm wrong, please contact the authorities and tell them that. If you made it this far in the video, God bless you. You don't have anything better to do either. I'll stop talking a little bit so we can enjoy the walk.
Come here. Come here. Come here. How's it going?
If you're from an area that doesn't have any water because of the drought, you live in California.
Come on, let's go this way. Come on. Aiden, are you thirsty? Aiden, come here. Oh, you don't like city water. You just want the bottled stuff. Good for you. Come here. Come on. Come here. Aiden. Leave it. Come on. Come here. Come on. Stay.
Well, goodbye for now. We'll see you next time. Aiden and Sarge and I are going to go home and jump in the pool.
Aiden, hang on.
Immediately after this, we gave Sarge swimming lessons. So you have to find that in my playlist.
You did it!